Hey guys, welcome back for another Baker Built Sexy Time mobility tip. Today I'm talking about patellar knee pain, which is that knee pain that shows up right here, the top of the shin bone, bottom of the kneecap, right here when you've got yourself in the bottom of a squat, or if your knee happens to be in pretty intense flexion like mine is right now. What we're talking about is the cause of that knee pain, but also how to attack it at the source in this video. And what I'm talking about is the front of the hip. So what most people don't realize is that throughout your life, you've been doing a great deal of sitting, or at least most of us have. But what that's done, like similar to the position I'm in right now, is it compresses the front of your hip. So this region, kind of right in here, top of the quad muscles, bottom of the waist. What happens over time, those muscles get really, really short. And when they get really short, and we start an exercise program, the combination of a lot of sitting and the compression of these muscles, along with the tightening and strengthening of the quads and the leg muscles, can lead to something like patellar knee pain. So if we want to get in there and fix it, you can foam roll the quads, you can work these muscles, but you also got to get in at the source. I kind of think this is mostly the source for a lot of this stuff, because this is what gets compressed over and over again and gets shorter over and over again. Most of us aren't addressing it, and today I'm going to give you guys a tip on how you can do this. This is a really good stretch I got from a great mobility practitioner, Kelly Starrett. And what I'm going to show you today, he calls the couch stretch because you can do it on your couch. But this is also something you can do anywhere you've got a wall or a vertical surface that you can prop your leg against. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a spot where you can get up against something like the wall, this bed, wherever. Bring your knee in right in at the bottom of the corner there on the floor, and then bring your leg up. Make sure that your foot and everything is nice and in line. You don't want it to be way over here. I don't want it way out there. I want it in line, my foot, my ankle, everything in line with the knee and my hip, so that when I bring my other leg up in the front, I can get a really good angle and everything's in line the way I want to stretch it. I'm not off angle, not a weird position. We'll get to that in a second. But you want to start with everything lined up. So from here, if I don't have that great of mobility in my hip, I can stay down in this position here, and I can work it from this low angle. And what I'm doing is, first off, I'm squeezing my butt. Squeeze your butt, that presses the hip forward. And what that does is it automatically starts that stretch right in through this area right here. The other thing I'm doing, I'm keeping my rib cage engaged, my abs are on, rib cage is pulled down. You don't want to be flaring out like this with your back compressed. That's not a good position to be doing this in. You want to have abs engaged, everything on, breathing steadily and evenly so your body knows this is a safe position. And then from here, if I'm down low, I'm pressing the hip forward, really driving it just like that, flexing my butt, squeezing my quad, 5 second, strong hold, strong contraction, relax for 10 seconds, and try to press that hip a little bit farther. And do that for a cycle of 10 or whatever. If you're doing 2 minutes on each side, which is a good place to start as always, you get in a couple of cycles, 10 or more, before you switch to the other leg. The other thing is paper clipping, another little thing from Kelly Starrett right there. So paper clipping, where you find yourself kind of working forward and back in your 2-minute window. Right there, that takes those muscle fibers and wiggles them back and forth and starts to break them up until they really loosen. And so doing that is another really good one there. I like to even throw in a little rotation where I reach across to my opposite side, or if I'm doing this leg, I'll reach this way. That just changes the angle. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of rotation, changing up a different position. You'll most likely find that if you move around a little bit, like I'm not as tight right here, but if I lean to the outside, oh man, that's where it's really tight. That's where I'm gonna spend my time, really breaking up those tissues. Working that, so again, I'm starting low, but if this is a good position, if I'm okay here, you can then come up to be a little more upright. Again, my abs are still on. I'm still trying to drive my hip down. I can bring this leg out a little bit further if possible. If you can't, don't worry about it. But then I'm going to try to sink even lower, trying to drop my hips to the floor, really stretch this guy out, keeping my knee against the corner between the floor and the wall. And then just staying here, spending some time, working the different angles, trying to get the hips nice and loose. You spend some time doing this and you're really going to see an effect both on your ability to squat, how smooth everything glides, how everything fires really nicely, and a reduction in your knee pain if it's there. This is also great if you don't have that knee pain, and fantastic if you don't, but this is a great prehab too. You work this guy into your regular stretching and mobility routine, it's going to do a lot to help keep that patellar knee pain at bay. All right, guys? So try that out, see how it goes, get back to me if you have any questions, and I will see you guys next time.